Alright, good morning everyone. What a morning it has been. So much activity going on, so much volume going on. We have a lot of plays on our hands this morning, guys. We have SAEX gapped up 180%. We have MYOV just crossing the 100% mark. IMPX up 100. GNPX up 100%. So it's madness this morning. Lots of volume, lots of action going on, and I think we have some really good potential today for some really nice plays. So let's dive into things and let's see what we got going on here. So first off, let's go over MYOV. And I'll be honest, guys, this morning MYOV, man, you know, I was not as aggressive as I should have been on it. I tried to get in 3 times on MYOV, but just wasn't willing to chase it. And this is kind of a line you draw between chasing, what's really chasing, what's maybe buying, a few cents above your target. So let's dive into MYOV. And I'll show you guys where I tried getting in. Definitely a little sad looking at it now, but hey, it is what it is. So MYOV, Yahoo has a float around 30 million. So we have a 30 million float stock on MYOV. We have positive phase 3 news on MYOV. Fantastic news. It doesn't get much better than that. Would pull over the news, but don't want to hit you guys with an ad. So if you guys go in the Discord chat, you guys could check MYOV news is posted in there, so you guys could read that. Definitely some great news here on MYOV, and we have been seeing that lately. When we're getting these positive phase news, we saw what was it? We saw was it NXTC? NXTC went on a massive rip. That one ran to $100 when that one came out with news. Then we saw just the other day on KRTX, that one had positive phase 2 news, and that one ran huge. So we're seeing these algos pick up on these phase news that are coming on out. So really good action we've been seeing on these positive phase news that's been coming out. So obviously, yes, MYOV, good point there, Sean. Just about to go over it. MYOV, the float is a little bit higher. The float is around 30 million. But you guys can see the volume we're doing is absolutely massive on this thing. Massive volume we're doing on this thing. We're doing 200k bars on the 1 minute. Just insane amount of volume going on here on MYOV. So it could definitely move, even though it has a higher flow. It could definitely move. Yeah, I'm not saying it has potential to run the $70 today. Odds are it's not. It's not as thin as KRTX, and the float's not as low. If it was as thin and it was as low in the float, yes, definitely it has potential to go supernova. But it's not to say that MYOV we can't be seeing $15-20 today with this volume we're doing. If it transitions over to the open, we could definitely be seeing upwards 15 plus on MYOV today. So this thing definitely has some big time potential today. I wouldn't recommend anyone fighting this on the short side, at least just yet. If anything, quick scalps only. It is also an easy to borrow name, as you guys know. Easy to borrow, easy to blow up. I always tell you guys that. So I'm really curious to see where this goes on MYOV. It also has a good amount of insiders held, good amount of institutions held. Let's see. Look at the daily here on MYOV. Looks like we do have gap to fill here. To 1650. If we would ever break over this 1420 mark, we do have a little gap here. So we can see maybe if you close this gap today, the 1660 mark on MYOV. The lines mapped out here. So yeah, I was trying to get in, guys. I was trying to get in. After I saw this candle right here, I saw this soaking candle right here. I was trying to get in here. 880s, trying to get in 880s, 890s, and move up to 890s. Couldn't get filled, and then ran without me. So I was trying to get filled multiple times within here, and then it went without me. And then I was watching it right here. It looked so weak. We saw a heavy selling volume. Struggling to get back over 10. Put in a doji star. Rejected 10. It was looking really weak right here. And just huge volume came in out of nowhere. Almost, a 500k bar here came out of nowhere here. That shocked me real hard right there. I'm like, wow, this thing is strong. I was literally about to buy just off that candle. Obviously, hindsight's 2020, but you shouldn't just buy off, just one candle. But I was actually tempted to buy just off this one candle. Obviously, it would have worked out, but It is what it is. But extremely strong play here in MYOV, insane volume. So really curious to see what this thing does at open. So we'll see. I'm gonna map out this $10 line. This is definitely some good scalping opportunities too. If you guys like the scalp, if you guys do like the scalp, I would say MYOV. This is gonna have scalp written all over. It has good range. Not a bad one to look for. Some quick scalp if you guys don't want to. If you guys you don't want to hold it out. You could look for some scalp. It's gonna have some nice range. So I'm gonna map out $10 here. Also gonna map out this $9 area here. So mapping out this $10 line, this $9 line, and I'm also gonna map out like this 1090 area right here. We topped around here, topped around there. So prior resistance can act as new support. So we'll see if you get a dip maybe to like 1090s out of the open. And if you guys have noticed lately there's something I was saying in chat. These recent algo plays you've been seeing they're not giving any pullbacks. They're going on these like 1 minute these micro pullbacks and then going straight up. We're not getting these massive washouts anymore and reclaims and squeezes, at least for the recent plays off memory. We haven't been seeing that. A lot of these are just going straight up. Not to say just buy and it's gonna go straight up, but just wanted to throw that point out there that a lot of these plays recently have been just going it's pretty parabolic right out of the gates. All right, so let's see what else we got. So we have SAEX. Over on SAEX, I actually did just post over in the Discord chat that SAEX has had 13 gap ups within the last 2 years. I believe that was 2 years. And let me just pull it up real quick. Let me pull up the Discord, and it has closed below the open 100% of the time. So SAEX definitely likes to give back its gains, guys. So definitely be a little cautious on that one on SAEX. It could go on a quick rip first, but as far as SAEX holding its gains, it's not known to hold its gains pretty well. Yes, it is a former runner, but just does have a history for closing below the open. So let me pull this over, and if anyone's interested in this too, you could DM me. I know a trader who makes custom scripts for Thinkorswim, and he has some really nice work with these custom made scripts. So if anyone's interested in getting a custom made script, he has tons of things. He has sentiment scripts. He has these gap stats. He has day 2 gap stats. He has a whole bunch of things. So if anyone's interested, DM me. I can get you a discount too. So SAEX here, you can see it had 20 gaps over 13. So it gapped up over 20% 13 times. The average spike 6%, so usually doesn't go on much of a rip as we open it up, and you can see it closed below the open 13% of the time. So it's known for giving back its gains, and the average low between from the open is 25%. So it does go in some nice fades, below that open. So SAEX, we'll see what it does here at open, and I also want to go over some of the high volume days. So look at some of the high volume days. I know in some of the high volume days it did, go on a nice move. You can see this day here. We traded. What did we trade? Traded about 12 million that day. Opened at 240, hit a high of 430, but look where it closed. It closed below that open, so it gave back, retraced all of its gains. You can see once again here, opened at 415, hit a high of 609. Closed. And you can see it closed. Closed at 585. So that day it closed pretty well, but for the most part, SAEX, it does like to give back its gains. So we'll see what it does here at open. The overall, 1 minute volume bars, aren't too great. The overall volume is decent. 1.2 million. The float's around 3.9. So we haven't rotated the float just yet, but we could definitely be on pace to rotate as we open on up. So this one, SAEX, kind of going in today with maybe a little bit more of a short bias on SAEX, especially because most of the eyes are on MYOV. You guys want to be, especially where you guys are longing, you guys want to be where the crowd is, where most of the volume is. So MYOV, definitely that crowded play at the moment. Definitely that one's gonna have a lot more eyes on it than SAEX. So definitely see what this week we could do it open here on SAEX. I am open to longy. I'm not throwing that out of the door, but I would definitely say leaning a little bit more towards the short side. But if it sets up, pretty good, I could look for a possible long. So we'll see what SAEX does here at open. I'll map out some lines here. So I'm gonna map out pre-market high right around 460. So I'll map out 460, map out $4 support. Gonna map out this 380 area, and I'm also gonna map out yesterday's high in after hours, right around this 475 mark. So I'm gonna mapped out the lines here on SAEX. We could see a possible rejection here, 460, 470. So it could be an area of possible interest for a short. So you guys could look to for parabolics into 460, 470s. Risking that area, or if you want to play it up to the $5 line, that's an option too. For longs, you want to maybe looking for more of this $4 380 area, or look for a reclaim on a push. All right, so that's the deal with SAEX. GMPX. I actually have a position short here in GMPX. I actually have an 89-cent short average here in GMPX. This volume just absolutely this volume is actually really bad here in GMPX. So really poor volume. Especially in the 1 minutes here on GMPX. I'm sure this was all longs. Buying this on up. So if most of the eyes being on SAEX and MYOV. You could see this gap and crap here on GMPX. So that's the setup I'm playing here, looking for this gap and crap setup on GMPX. Risking this $1 line, risking over under $1. So we'll be looking for some more fade here on GMPX, risking about 11 cents. Looking for first targets 60s, and maybe we could get down to the 50s on a final take profit. So that's gonna be the deal on GMPX. More short biased on it. If it could ever reclaim one on strong volume and start the base above it, well, hey, you could look for flip it long if you guys are interested in that. But make sure you guys are trading your own plan. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts, my opinions. Don't take my word. As your own. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts and opinions. But make sure you guys are trading your own plans, trading your own setups. Just because I'm short doesn't mean you guys have to go short. Just because I'm short, go look for a long if you guys like it long, So totally up to you guys. Like I said, just giving you guys my thoughts and opinions here. Let's move on to KRTX. So KRTX was yesterday's supernova. This play was absolute madness yesterday. Casper was all over this play yesterday. Scalp fest, calling out. Casper had a $30 entry, insane. So coming into today on KRTX, I really don't know what we could see today. Obviously, this $100 area is going to be a crucial mark here. It's going to be a very important line here. So you got to map out $100. So map out 100 there. So also going to map out 80. We bounced right around that $80 mark yesterday on these lows. You can see we've been riding the 72.89 pretty well. We've been riding that mark pretty well. Cracked for a bit there, but we did reclaim nicely. Could also map out, maybe $70 here. So KRTX definitely be a risky one, guys. Long or short, who knows? We could really be seeing 120, 130s, 140s today as possible. Just as easily as we've been seeing, back toward, $50, $40 today. So KRTX, really no clue what really to expect on this one on KRTX. I would just say really just react and play the charts, play the volume. See what it does at open. Pay attention to the tape, the volume, and then go from there. Definitely more of a reactive trade here if you guys are interested. But I definitely expect this thing to have some serious range today. Definitely some serious range. Definitely some big potential to make money on the short side, and even on the long side. If it sets back on up. But I would definitely be careful on this name because it could get pretty get pretty ugly if you're on the wrong side of things. Get pretty ugly if you're on the wrong side of things. If you're short or if you're long. So just be very cautious on that name. Definitely not a beginner name, especially if you guys are newer. Want to avoid. All right, I think that's gonna be it for this watch. It's gonna be it for this watch list. So MYOV will be watching dips. You can also be watching scalp opportunities on MYOV. SAEX, I'm a little bit more on the short bias side. I had 13 gaps within the past 2 years and 13%. Excuse me, 100% of the time it has closed below the open. Based off those gap stats. The overall baseline volume's a little weak, so watching pops to possibly get short into, but still open to long in that name. And then GNPX do have a little bit of a short position at 89 cents, looking for a gap and crap on that name. So that's gonna be it for this watch list. All right, sorry if I couldn't answer any questions there. We're just going over that, just going over the watch list. So let's see and make sure I didn't miss any questions or any tickers. Sean Oliver, why is held by institutions significant? Just can indicate there's some bigger players on the name. Just indicate there's some bigger players on the name, and you can see we have a high amount of insider ownership and institutional ownership on MYOV. All right, so we got 2 minutes. So we open on up. So we're about to open on up here. So I'm gonna throw up the new scanners and let's get started for this day. Definitely excited for this morning to see what's in store. So here we go. New scanners are up. I'm gonna throw up another level 2. Wow, look at that, 1330. So we are coming up quickly. Yeah, Come to Life did slay this trade. Come to Life absolutely killed this one on MYOV. Wow, Come to Life's up $5 per share, and he is not selling. So it looks like Come to Life's pulling the Casper today on the the trader of the day. All right, so the bottom I'm gonna have SAEX. The plan, we're about to open real quickly here, so just look for potential scalp opportunities on MYOV, or you can look for a pullback towards your lines. You have a $10 line mapped up, and I do have a like a 1090 line, but we're getting pretty parabolic here on MYOV, so those lines are getting pretty far away, kind of like yesterday. So I would say look for quick scalp opportunities, if you really want to play it. Happy Trader 2 is up $4 per share, so geez, Happy Trader and Come to Life are killing it. All right, here we are. We are open here. Market's open. Here's SAEX right out of the gates. All right, so here we go. Just watching here out of the gates. MYOV, also watching SAEX. Still sitting in GMPX. Looking for a fade on GMPX. I have an 89-cent average. Looking for a fade on that one. SAEX, kind of a weak volume pop here out of the gates. So I do have a 460 line map there and a 470. Did get in a starter there on SAEX. Nice little drop right there. Did get in a starter there on SAEX. Really weak open right there. Got a 420 there on SAEX. Did get in a little bit of a starter there. Right into the game plan off the up the short into pops right there. So I'm sitting on a position here on SAEX. Didn't grab much size. Was very quick there on SAEX. Was very quick there. So I'd like to see this thing, break down that $4 line. Looks like it is coming on back here on SAEX. But nasty drop right out of the open. I saw a lot of weakness in the tape. I did, slam some on the bid there, 420s. Yep, Tyrese, I am short. Look at this, nice little wash here on SAEX. Very nice wash. All right, so I did lock in 1,000 shares there on SAEX. Did lock in 1,000 shares. Only got 2,000. Was a very quick play. Was willing to add up further, but just didn't get it. Just didn't get it on SAEX. So I'm still holding 1,000 shares on SAEX short. There we go. There's 360s. Big time right there. Big time play SAEX. There's 360s. So I'm holding 1,000 shares left. Sorry I haven't been able to commentate anything else. Look at that. There's GMPX sneaking up on me too. Over there at GMPX. Look at that MYOV going parabolic here. There's almost 15 bucks on MYOV. So yeah, GMPX guys, that gets over $1. And $1 is a big mark right there on GMPX. Oh my God, look at MYOV. Play is absolute beasting. Play is being an absolute beast there. Yeah, Wilson. I did tell you guys, be careful on SAEX. 13 times it gapped up. It closed below the open. Average spike 6% out of the gate. So it's a known fader on SAEX. It's a known fader. That's why I didn't get long on it. That's why I'm currently short on SAEX. So did give you guys a heads up on that one on SAEX to be careful. Oh my God, MYOV, MYOV. There's 1650. Man, I'm focused on SAEX. I'm watching my play right now. I haven't even been able to look at MYOV, but it looks crazy. Oh my God, SAEX, big time fade right here. Jeez, big time fade. I wish I had more shares. I did reserve 4,000, but I only was able to get 2,000 on this trade. Oh man, SAEX coming down a lot here. I'm going to look to take a little more here, guys. 330 is almost $1 per share from my average here. Alright, so this took some more there. SAEX. 330s, took 500 shares. 320s. Oh, this is a sick fade here in SAEX. Man, I wish I had more size. Oh, I forgot GMPX. I got to cover up here. Got to cover up here, GMPX. Forgot about that one. So they take a little bit of a loss. Small loss there on GMPX. But SAEX was a big winner here. Even on small size, still made a nice profit there. Yeah, stock block I covered out for a $400 loss, but SAEX, big winner here off small size. So holding 500 shares left there in SAEX short. So 500 shares left. And you guys can see what happens when a stock gets too long crowded and just doing some, just some due diligence, just doing your research, just knowing SAEX is a fader, looking at the gap stats, seeing the history of the name. I told you guys look for, pop out of the gates, look to get short into, 450s, 460s. And it turned out to be a nice winner right there, even on 2,000 shares. We could probably be seeing lower here on SAEX, but I don't want to get overly greedy on it. So I may like to take on SAEX right here. Yeah, sorry I haven't been able to commentate MYOV, guys. Obviously, I'm in a trade right now, but once I get out of the trade, I'll be eyes on MYOV. So I may even look to scalp MYOV a little bit too. Jeez, this SAEX turned out to be one of my best shorts here, guys. This is one of my best shorts here. SAEX in a while here. So it's been nice since I had a monster short winner, and here it is, SAEX. Look at this chart, guys. Look at this chart. Look at that chart on SAEX. It's due for a bounce here, so I just took the rest there. I just took the rest. It's definitely due for a bounce, yeah. I agree, Joe. I just took the rest there, 320s on SAEX. It's probably going to... I could definitely see some sort of dead cat bounce here at $3. I mean, it's down from 450 to 3, but I probably won't be looking for that dead cat bounce because SAEX is a turd and I don't want to get involved with it. So, all out of that trade. So I'll be showing you guys those entries and exits over in the Discord chat, and that chart's definitely looking sweet right now in SAEX. So I'll definitely send that to you guys in Discord chat. I think GMPX too has some potential to go on a nice fade as well. I did stop out, but just the overall volume and price action is a little lackluster there on GMPX. So if we come up and reject $1, it could look for a re-entry, risking the highs. Wow, Preston, you too, man. Nice, 436 to 332. Very nice, Preston. Yeah, I had a 420 average on SAEX. Very nice, dude. Big time short right there. Big time short. Let's see MYOV. How's MYOV looking here? I'm also still watching GNPX here for. I want to see how it reacts when it comes up to $1. Could look for a reentry, risking 108. So Preston, you're looking for that same plan. All right, hopefully we get it here, Preston. I mean, it may just keep fading here on GMPX. May just keep fading here. So hopefully you get that $1 push and rejection. Let's see MYOV. If we ever get some sort of pullback here in MYOV, I could possibly look for some scalps on it. Oh, Preston, you're already short at 99 cents. All right. Yeah, me neither, Preston. I couldn't even pay attention to it either. I was just so focused on my SAEX short. I couldn't really focus on MYOV. But hey, if you get some sort of pullback here, I could look for a possible scalp on it, on MYOV. Look for a possible scalp. Bullet Train Trader making 1,000 on MYOV 14 to 1650. Congrats, nice job. Hey, there's sub $3 on SAEX, 290s now. What a crazy fade right there. What a crazy fade. Jeez, how low is it gonna go? How low is it gonna go? All right, so coming on down here, MYOV. Let's see how it reacts around this 12.50 line, this $12 line as well. KW, shorting is the way to go. I don't know if I could agree with that. I like to short. I would say, I go long a little bit more, but I like to short. Nothing against shorting. Yeah, it's just the borrow fees. They're just getting ridiculous, especially the price on the borrow fees. You know, it just makes it a pain. And a lot of manipulation now. We're seeing a lot more short squeezes, especially in the past, year or two. But yeah, nothing against shorting. Nothing against shorting at all. Yeah, I just think it's a little harder now than it was, like 3, 4 years ago when, borrows were cheap. No one knew about, like Cobra and Centerpoint. Brian Todd sold MYOV for a $3,500 winner. Wow, big time profits right there. Congrats to you, Brian. That is sick right there. So MIOV bouncing off VWAP right there. So bouncing off that VWAP area, that 1250 mark. So GMPX doesn't look like I'm gonna get that GMPX pop right there. It looks like Preston's gonna come away with a nice winner right there. Good job, Preston. Good job, Preston. Didn't get that pop, but very nice 99 cent entry right there. Can't even be mad, Can't even be mad, Just it's definitely exciting. SAEX great short. Love seeing MYOV rip on up. Up a little over 1,000 on the day, so solid morning for me so far. Look at that, MYOV right off that 1250 line, right off that 1250 line. So anyone take that bounce on MYOV? Anyone take that bounce? If you did, nice job. Phoenix, morning, new viewer here. Watched last Tuesday and watching any of it. All right. Thanks, man. Thank you for the support. Thanks for tuning on in. Appreciate it. Yeah, Ricky, it's been a fun morning. It's definitely been a fun morning. A lot of traders killing it today on MYOV. Few of us killed it on SAEX short. Preston did. So really fun morning. Really fun morning. Yeah, I've been seeing that too. I'm seeing that too a little bit here on Casper. I'm seeing that $14. Definitely a hidden buy right there. Sorry, refreshed a few times. Good observation right there, Casper. There's IMPX 75 cents. Excuse me, I keep saying IMPX. So used to that name. GNPX here, coming on down. New lows right there. So some new lows right there. No, this is not gonna see 80, guys. I love it happy, but it's not gonna see 80 on MYOV. It's not. It's just a little thicker. The name's too thick, and the float's just a little too high. But it could definitely see $20 today. That's definitely a possibility. But just not thinking 80 is possible, especially with these tight spreads. What happened here? We have 14 lines holding pretty well here. 14's holding pretty well. Oh, looks like it did just pull right there. You can see right back. So MYOV here, trying to build up some higher lows here. Trying to build some higher lows. Work its way back on up. No Pappy Trader. Currently, I'm not in MYOV at the moment. Not in at the moment. Just watching here. Definitely, thinking about a possible, scalp on it. Thinking about, a possible scalp on it. If I could get a good level of risk off of. Like in this area here. Seems like that at 13 70 area could be a level of risk off of for a quick scalp for a rip back over 15 potentially. So watching tape here, watching the tape. So 1360s here, 1330s. So a little pullback here on MYOV, just watching it. All right, let's see. Eli, what was your confirmation on SAEX to go short? It was two things. One, that was the game plan to look for, that was the game plan to look for a potential short on it. Look the parabolic, into 450, 460s for a short. So I was able to take a starter size on it, 420s. A lot of it was the tape. The tape was stalling very hard. If you go back and watch the live replay, watch the tape on SAEX, it was stalling out extremely hard. And the volume off the open was really weak, so that was my confirmation, on my trading thesis. All right, so let's see MYOV. Back above 14 here, MYOV starting to push, some volume starting to come in here. MYOV. It put in a higher low right there on that dip. There we go. There's 1480s there in MYOV. So there's 1480s right there in MYOV. So coming up to 15, 15 is going to be a a tough line here. Wow, look at that. Cleared that $15 line right there in MYOV. Nice job right there if anyone did take that on MYOV. Did get in that nice higher low right there. And there's that $15 push. Kind of got this reverse ABCD pattern. So kind of the opposite. So we get that initial pull on up, come down, higher low. Is your A coming on down, your B as your C, and now coming up to D over 15. So like the kind of that reverse ABCD pattern. Nice, Preston. Your best shorts is Bingo offering and BIMI. Nice. I did catch that BIMI also, Preston. I actually had that one live on the stream, that my BIMI short. But yeah, SAEX short this morning. Obviously P&L wise wasn't huge because I was in small and it wasn't able to size up completely. But in terms of percentile, it was pretty big. As far as my recent memory on any bigger ones, probably the BIMI one comes to mind. So just watching MYOV here, just watching it. I think it's good for some quick scalps if you guys interested in scalping it. Chuck, no trades today. Just watching. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, guys. If you don't see anything, you like, you don't have an edge in, no reason to trade. Just sit on your hands, watch the market, observe. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Happy Trader, you're up over 1K on MYOV. Congrats to you, man. I know you and Come to Life absolutely smoked that play. You guys killed that one. I mean, yeah, the volume is insane on MYOV. Already 21 million in volume, and we're only 30 minutes into the open. So MYOV, I could definitely see this thing continuing to move on up. I mean, with this volume, would not surprise me one bit. All right, Happy Trader, you're looking for 17. All right, good luck to you. Definitely take some along the way, though, Happy Trader. I mean, not a bad idea to lock in, some along the way. Pay yourself a little bit. You don't want to let a monster winner go red. Oh, all right, Chuck. You yeah, the cash. Yeah, it stinks. Definitely keeps you disciplined, though. That's one thing the PT rule I would say. It does definitely keeps you disciplined. It really makes you wait for that that one shot, one kill type of trade. Being a sniper, waiting for the best opportunity. Steve, if you use proper risk management, unless you get unlucky on like slippage or something, you should it shouldn't happen to you. It shouldn't happen to you if you have good discipline. You have a stop loss set in. You you shouldn't really let that happen to you. Especially if you're up big. Like for example, I'm not up big by any means, but I'm up a little over a K on the day. If I look for another trade, I would probably be risking max on that trade. Four or $500 maximum. I'm not gonna let my green day go red. So using proper risk management is very key in trading. Wow, billionaire. Sarge, hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Man, that's sick. Almost $6 per share. Plan was 16. Man, you guys are killing it today. You guys are absolutely killing it today. MYOV, we are slaying this trade here. Forming an ascending triangle pattern here, MYOV. Forming an ascending triangle pattern here on MYOV. You guys can see the triangle starting to form here, coming up to $15. See if we could break over $15. I got you, Steve. Got you, Steve. Yeah, definitely know what you mean. Wow, Chuck, you've been doing this for 5 years, man. Big shout out to you, dude. Big shout out to you. Took you 2 years to become a consistent trader before I did this full time. Yep, I would agree with that. It took me almost 2 years as well. I would say a little bit. I'd say about a year and a half actually for me to see some consistency. So about a year and a half it took me. This is my fourth, coming on to my fourth year now on been trading now. So I'm a year behind you, Chuck. Yeah, I don't know if I had was the mic muted there for a second. May have been muted, but yeah, if you guys hear any noise in the background, yeah, the dog's just eating a bone. So. Oh yeah, Drew, I gotta send you a picture of my pup. I gotta send you a picture of him. I forgot. I saw you met at me in chat. I gotta send you a picture of him. Let's see, yo, big bids right there soaked. You see the bids right there soaked on that pullback. Bid stepped right in there at 1440. Soaked it. So let's see if let's see if we're gonna get a push here. There we go. There's $15 push. You guys can see it right there on the tape. That was live right there. You guys saw that clear cut soak there, 1440s, and boom, right up. So you guys saw that right there. That was pretty clear cut. You know, good example right there of what a soak looks like on a pullback. And you got a $15 push right there. So anyone taking this $15 breakout? Anyone taking this $15 breakout right here? Let's see. Oop. Let's see. That's why I'm a little cautious on taking breakouts. You know, that one looked like a good breakout though. I mean, the pattern was setting up nicely right here. And it's still up right here, still holding, but you know, this was a pretty clear cut, nice little breakout pattern here. Even though I don't take breakouts, but I definitely see the thesis right here. Nice higher low, sending triangle on the uptrend. The dip right there soaked extremely hard. That was so visible, that soak, it was crazy. And here we are. There's 1550s. There's 1550s right there. Yep, you saw it too, Casper, right? You know, that 1440 area, bid stepped in, soaked, and then it just shot right up. So that was some nice action right there. Some nice action. Let's see if we're gonna see 16 here. And don't wait for me, guys. Don't wait for me to get on in. I mean, trade your own setups. Don't follow alerts. Don't just trade when I trade. I know some people do that in here. It's not what I want in here. I want everyone to learn, take your own setups. I mean, we're calling out, this MYOV trade as we see it right here. So now on pullbacks, you want to see 15 base. On any pullbacks, you want to see 15 base. Brian Todd got back in at 1450, man. You're killing it. Absolutely killing it. How's KRTX today? I want to see how KRTX did. How did KRTX do? Wow, tighter range than I thought on KRTX. I would have expected, some sort of, it's kind of chopping around a little bit here. Yeah, light volume, big spread. It's kind of what I expected, but see if we get some sort of crazy downside move or crazy upside move on KRTX. So we'll keep it on the bottom level too, just to observe. I hope everyone, if you guys want, definitely a good stream to go back and watch the tape on MYOV. I mean, this thing was nice. You guys see, just nice, $15, fake out, fake out, fake out. But overall, building higher lows, trapping shorts. Then we got this, rejection, hard rejection here. Buyer stepped in at 1440, huge bidder, soaked it on up, and then boom, we got that last push. It's beautiful on MYOV. Very nice action. And I'm happy seeing you guys bank on it. I know I didn't make any money on MYOV. I haven't taken a single trade on MYOV. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy I stuck to my game plan, took my setup on SAEX. Turned out to be a nice play. Chris Hansen, MIOV, best trade in several months. I love it, guys. I love it. I love it. Lavinia made $843 in MIOV. Let's go. Awesome job, Lavinia. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. You've been doing fantastic lately. Roland, appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get across, guys. I'm trying to get across, my trading process. I'm not here to throw out alerts and stuff. That's not what I do. I see a lot of these chat rooms. They just throw out buy alerts and stuff, but that's not how I like to run it here. I like to call it as it is. To show you guys, what I'm seeing, my thought process. What I'm seeing on MYOV. I'm going over the tape, going over the technicals, going over the criteria. What's going on behind the trade. Statistics, all that good stuff. I'm not just here throwing out, oh, $12.50 buy alert off VWAP, buy here, guys, sell here. You know, it's not how I like to run it here. Yeah, so I'll call out good areas. I'll call out good areas. Potential buy zones. But I'm not just gonna throw out trade alerts. I think if you want to be a successful trader in the long run, you got to be self sufficient. You got to be self sufficient. You can't follow others. It's good to learn from others, see their process, but don't be a follower. Yeah, buy here because the Ichimoku clouds hit. Yeah, I see it all the time, man. I see it all the time. Oh, Florin, you use Bookmap? Florin, you're saying you use Bookmap? Yeah, Bookmap's great. I used to use Bookmap all the time. It's a great platform. I definitely recommend it. It is a little pricey, but if you guys have the money, yep. Oh, so I was right. Yep. Yeah, I knew it was a better there. 1440. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, Bookmap. If you guys want to see, if you guys want to really see it, Bookmap will show it to you. Bookmap will show you every hidden buyer, every hidden seller. It has full market depth. Level 2, you're not getting full market depth, but something like Bookmap, you will be getting full market depth. So definitely a great tool if you guys have the capital for it. Lavinia, thank you. Appreciate it. Look at this KRTX coming on up to $100 here. Sorry guys, I'm back. Apologize about that. Just had to run down real quick. Alright, let's see what is going on. Wow. MYOV coming up to these highs. And we do have KRTX also. I did see this one was halted for a second. I guess we got unhalted here. ER open here on KRTX. Nice little short squeeze right here from $90. MYOV beautiful from that 1440 mark off that higher low pattern. And it looks like did we fill the gap here on MYOV? So yeah, MYOV filling the gap here, coming up, that 1650 mark. Beautiful job here on MYOV for those who did catch this play. Yeah, stock block, it's good. It's just, I may look to re-get it. It's just a lot of, looking at, you're already looking at level 2 and, on top of Bookmap, there's a lot going on, especially when you're looking to trade. It's just a lot going on. If you're really good at multitasking, maybe go for it, but I mean, I could trade without it. I could trade perfectly fine without Bookmap. It definitely helped my tape reading skills a bit, but it's not like, I can't read the tape without it. I can still read the tape with level 2. But yeah, definitely Bookmap is great, if you have the extra capital for it. Oh, sorry about that, Drew, yeah. Sorry about that. So it looks like I think Happy Trader 17, right? I think Happy Trader wanted 17. Derek scalping MYOV $2,500. Nice, very nice. Yeah. Like I said, I even said in the pre-market analysis, this is gonna be a good one to scalp. This is gonna be a great one to scalp. Definitely felt like the best area, was in here. This $13 mark to this 15 area. I mean, if you guys were if you were looking for like a trend trade, I would say loading up here 13. This $13, $14 mark, risking off a prior higher low. So like, maybe here 13.90s, risking off 13.20 mark, or getting in here 13.20s, risking 12.60, or even getting in that $15 break was not bad at all. It's not bad at all. That's $2 per share right there. KRTX 110. Wow, come to, you're still holding. That is sick, man. He's still holding. I think Come to Life has like an $8 average or something. Something ridiculously low. Yeah, 100%. Come to. Big shout out to you, man. That's a monster play right there. Florian, yeah, you're trading a lot better with Bookmap, yeah, definitely. Bookmap is, like I've been saying, Bookmap's a great tool to use if you guys have the extra capital. I wouldn't say it's a necessity, but I definitely think it could give you a little bit more of an edge. Ah, JJ, you're up $1,000 now. Wow, scalping MYOV, I bet, right? Scalping MYOV. Great job, Lavinia. I'm so proud of you. Over $1,000 in one day. Yeah, it's like 250. It's like 250 a month. 250 a month for a Bookmap. But then you got to pay for the feed too. The feed's on top of it, and you got to pay for like DX feed or something like that. So on top of the feed, I think it's like a little over. It's over 300. So it is pretty expensive. I mean, I bought it like. I mean, we're talking. This is a while. I mean, not that long ago. Probably beginning of this year. I was using Bookmap. Yeah, KRTX 115. 115 there on KRTX. Very nice. So this was a good one right around here, like $90 for the squeeze on up. Sure, a lot of traders, we're taking short here, weak pops into the opens, looking for more backside. Made a lot of shorts nervous here when we got back above 90, and we got this nice squeeze here. So someone asked yesterday, what does a short squeeze chart look like? This definitely looks like a short squeeze chart here on KRTX. A lot of shorts covering here. Nice one. That's KRTX 120s. Wow. 120s. Very nice. What an awesome day. What an awesome day. ACST, yeah, ACST. I was watching that one. That has like a daily chart breakout in ACST. You can see this. We break over this 225, this 230 area in the daily. Has some nice room to run here. So, nice little daily chart breakout here. Definitely lighter on the volume side, but not bad as far as like a daily chart breakout. Good heads up. Excuse me, trading pennies. So I hope you guys, are seeing. I hope you guys are seeing, the similarities in all these big time runners. Hope you're picking up on it. You're recognizing the volume, like, recognizing this MYOV volume is crazy. 1 million bars on, a $10 stock is massive. Phase 3 positive news. A high amount of IO. Easy to borrow name. So hope you guys are seeing, all the similarities, on all these big time runners. It's good to recognize these things, and so you're more prepared, next time, they come around. And you're not gonna catch every single one, like MIOV. I didn't take a single trade on MIOV, guys. I didn't take a single trade. Went with SAEX. That was my play of the day. Shorted SAEX 420s. Had a monster win on that one, and I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine. You're not gonna catch every single play. Look at this, KRTX squeezing hard now. Here's 130s. KRTX squeezing hard here. Squeezing hard here. Wow. Alright, so tired over here for talking so much. Alright, let's see. Let's make sure we're not missing anything else. Let's go over these top gainers, top losers. GNXP still holding on up. Is yet to crack on GNXP. Yet to crack. It is 10:30, so it is zombie hour. So it could see some shorts covering here. I'm not to say it get back over $1, but you'd think it would have kind of snapped by now. Still holding its gains a little bit. SAEX, nice fader on this one. This would have to get back over like 350 to get back in play, but right now the guys are in control. JKEX, light volume. AGRX. Alright, yeah, so that's really it. Just top two plays at the moment. MYOV, KRTX, top two watches right now. Maybe GMPX if it could ever curl back on up. Seeing a lot of action in these mid caps. A lot of action, $10 plus stocks, lately. But not bad. You guys are saying ANTX. What's going on with ANTX? Man, I hope you get that $20 come too. I hope you get that $20, dude. Hope you buy some of your family some really good Christmas presents. Let me see what's the deal with this ANTX. Let me see if there's any sort of news on it. The trend lately have been, these phase twos, these phase three news have been going, parabolic. Why isn't nothing's coming up for me on A? Am I typing the ticker wrong? ATNX. Alright, let's see. Float 40 million. IO 32%. Announces key company activities at the San Antonio Breast Cancer. Seems like they're doing a presentation on the phase 3 results on December 13. And they didn't announce, positive results. Seems like they're going to be presenting the results. So they're presenting that phase 3 data on the 13th. We post that in Discord chat. All right, Dreambox. Let's see how the tape looks on ANTX. I can definitely see it going on a little bit of a rip. I don't see it, getting parabolic. I could see just chasers buying it up, more chaser volume. You can see the volume's already extremely light on it. Look at the volume compared to MYOV. It's nothing in comparison to MYOV. But I could see some chasers, buy this up. Maybe go 1650, 17 max. But I think eventually, demand will peak and it'll come back on down. Could be a good potential short, even into the parabolics with this volume. So it is a little bit of a riskier play. Maybe you could see, a little bit of a rip, but, I don't think it'll be, sustained, in my opinion, on ANTX. Yeah, Casper, because, you're kind of comparing, like, an algo volume, serious volume here compared to a few retail chasers, Casper. It's comparing these are in two different leagues right now as far as tape and volume. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, Gary, I mean, it's possible. I mean, this thing's really thin on KRTX. It's a really thin name. Really thin name, big spreads. It's possible, we could see, 200. It's possible, but who really knows? Who really knows? DH. My thoughts on MYOV. I mean, you mean my thoughts now or my thoughts, earlier on it? I mean, my thoughts now on it are, kind of hard to, get in, in this area right around here, 15, 16, 17 bucks, kind of chasing near the top. A good buying zone, was between, that $12 mark to, 1490s. Great area was that 1440 mark when the bid soaked hard, and it came right back on up. I think that was a good area right there, looking for that break of 15. But getting in now, you're kind of chasing a little bit. I would say the line, if you want to buy up here, would be $15 you want to risk off of. So I would say $15 would be the line you would want to risk off of. So I wouldn't say it's a great area to buy up here. Man, look at these some of these stocks popping on up. Some of these lower float, big caps, mid caps have been pretty nice. Look at this range on the day. 62 to 73. We have to take some more looking into some of these lower float ones, in these higher price range, because that's been hot lately. It's been hot, some of these plays, $15 to almost 18, decent range on the day. EFC, so not bad. Yeah, stock buck. We couldn't, say, no one really knows the right answer, but I would say, I'm able to, spot out MYOV. I could pretty say with certain that this is definitely an algorithm here on MYOV. It's automated. Certain plays, you could imply that maybe this was manually pumped by institutions inside. Sorry, guys. Yeah, what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. So certain plays, you're probably manually pumped by institutions, insiders. I would say this is more institutions here on GMPX. Buying this up along with retail, and they're probably diluting over $1, dumping it back down. Something like MYOV definitely seeing more algorithm driven this volume. Yeah, sorry, the dog was just someone. I think it was like a UPS or someone was at the door, and the dog was just barking. Just seeing who was there. I already gave him a bone. I don't want to give him another. Yeah, he is our mascot. He's the algo detector. The dog. He calls out the buy alerts and the sell alerts. He's a trading guru. Yeah, he's the best. I love my dog. Or should I rock the velocity share on the dog? Rock the velocity share on the dog. That'd be funny. Yeah. But yeah, I may have to get going soon. I might have to take him around the block or something. He's pretty wired up this morning, so I may have to go take him out for a jog or something. So yeah, I may wrap it up soon here. He's getting pretty wired up there. Exhausted. All right, so let's see what time is it. What time is it? All right, 10:47. Maybe I'll give another 5 minutes here. Another 5 minutes. So you have any questions for me? Comments, concerns? You guys want me to go over anything? Go over MYOV. Hope you guys understood, why this thing ran today at MYOV. So it was definitely predictable, this run on MYOV this morning. If you guys want to know why SAEX faded today, just let me know. Any questions? Love answering questions. Love helping you guys out. Love helping you guys understand, what's going on behind these plays, why they're moving, why they're dropping. What's going on, Chris? Nick, AGRX. Let's see, AGRX. Yeah, this is a nice little, kind of saw this pattern on, same type of pattern on MYOV. Obviously, the volume is drastically differently, but you kind of see this reverse ABCD pattern. So we got our A, our B, our C, put in the higher low, C. Now we're coming up to D, the breakout, 165. So yeah, nice little technical chart setup here on AGRX. If you want to get in, I'd say risk off. You could risk off this higher low area, 158, or if you want to give it some more wriggle room, 150. I'm not sure if it has a catalyst or not. If it doesn't, I wouldn't set a ridiculously high price target on it. So you want to consider that, factor that in. Is it worth taking the trade or not? If it has a catalyst, I would say maybe. You could have a nicer profit target. If not, maybe look for a quick little scalp. Oh man, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's go. Hey, Lavinia. SAEX good scalp candidate. Uh, I would say. No, I would say no, Lavinia. You wanna be looking the scalp stocks on the long side that are on the front side of the move. SAEX is on the bear side of the move. So you don't want to be fighting a stock that's on the back side for a long scalp. So I would probably say no. And if you guys are enjoying the live stream, feel free to drop a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate the support. You guys could just drop a thumbs up. Let's see, Sebastian. Yeah, Gary, I would agree. I think we continue to fade even lower on SAEX. Just a lot of longs are bagged. Sebastian, what do you think about XNet? XNet's a tricky one. XNet has a mind of its own. Very hard one. It's been holding up for so long here on XNet. Still holding up, here. So what are you thinking? For a bounce? No, I'd wait. No, to be honest, I would wait for I'd wait for even lower for a bounce. To be honest, on XNet, I would maybe look for maybe this $4 area, maybe even this $3 area. If it could get down to there for a bounce on XNet. I still think you have a lot of shorts still, absorbed, still, in from these days here that probably waiting for it to come on down, waiting for them to get in the money, and then they'll cover on up. Then you can look for that bounce. All right, so 10:52. I'm gonna give it one last minute. And I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope everyone enjoyed the live stream today. I had a blast today. It was so much fun today. I'll be posting my my SAEX trade over in the Discord chat. JJ, yeah, Lavinia, yeah, thanks. If you guys, don't mind dropping a thumbs up. Don't mind, You guys don't mind doing that? Get it up to maybe 50 likes. That'd be cool. Let's see. Solomon MIOV short overnight hold. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't hold that overnight MIOV. I wouldn't be short in the first place. If anything, I would say look for short scalps on it. I mean, you're fighting us out on the front side still. Front side short requires front side covers. I always remember that, and that'll save you a lot of money. So, if you're short 16, if you're short 16.10, I don't know what your risk level was. Maybe it was 16.50 or 7. If you already met your 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 target, not a bad idea to cover it up or lock in some. Because it's a very strong stock here in MYOV. We're already 33 million in volume in the first hour and a half. It isn't easy to borrow a name as well. We went over all the factors. MYOV, definitely a strong stock here. So I would just have a target in mind, stick to that, and have a trailing stop also. So maybe if you're in at 16.10, trail it. I don't know, 15.50 is totally up to you, man. But all right, guys. Thanks, guys. 50 likes, appreciate it. Appreciate the support. But yeah, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Went over the questions, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So hope everyone enjoyed the live stream today. I had a blast this morning. It was so much fun. We had so many plays today. So much volume in this market. MYOV went on an absolute monster rip this morning. So did KRTX and SAEX. What a fade that was on SAEX. Me and Preston, we killed it there on SAEX short. So let's keep this good momentum rolling. This is going to be my 8th green day in a row. So 8th green day in a row, keeping the streak going. So, let's continue it over into tomorrow. So hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.